Hello, and welcome to the sixth part of the Deep Rising Introductory Training. And we're going to continue looking at the euphoric fluid solver. In the last lesson, we looked at timing, time steps, and sub steps for controlling the speed of your simulations. Okay, and in this video, we're going to look at pressure relaxation, and velocity dampening. And these two specific values, so that's pressure relaxation and velocity dampening, help you control the look and mainly the look of your fluid simulation. Okay, so let's just dive right in. So I'm just gonna set pressure relaxation. Actually, I'm just gonna play this. I'm just simulate quickly with the default settings. So one thing you have to know is the default settings of deep rising are tuned. Okay, they hit the sweet spot of fluid simulations. They look nice by default. Okay, so we're gonna switch off some of this stuff so you look at what deep rising will look like without some of this stuff. So here the particles are falling gently to the ground and spreading away really nicely. So we're gonna switch off velocity dampening just by making it 0. And then we're gonna put the pressure relaxation to 1. Then I'm gonna explain everything. So we're gonna press play. And you see things are becoming a little bit more, energetic. The particles are going further. They're actually going over the half sphere now. And you see they're more turbulent. You see they're less controllable. And you might not like this, but this is actually one of the features of SPH, or smooth particle hydrodynamics. Okay, like I said in the first video, this is one of the advantages of smooth particle dynamics is it conserves energy really well. Okay, so we've switched off velocity damping, so these particles will keep moving. Okay, but in the real world, there's other forces that counteract, like air pressure, air different things just slow down things. There's friction in the air, stuff like that. But in here, of course, we're not simulating that. We're not doing multi-phase simulation. That's what those types of things are called. We're not doing multi-phase simulation, so it doesn't take into account like drag forces and stuff. So the particles will keep going and going and going. They'll be all over the place. I'm really excited. Okay, so you might want this. It depends. I don't know. And a default value of 1 is actually the natural state of the euphoric. So this is the way it is naturally without tampering in it. When the equations work, this is the way it is naturally. So this is when it solves the equations for the Navier-Stokes. This is the way it will look. Okay, without the air, without extra stuff like drag. Okay, that's the natural state. But of course, we like things more tampered down. So I'm just going to drop this to 25, and you see that if we simulate, even without velocity dampening, things become a little bit slower. Okay, the particles when they collide are not jumping everywhere. It's a bit more tame, but they're still conserving energy really well. Okay, so let's just put it. So just to summarize, the higher the pressure is, the stronger the forces will be. So things will bounce more, they'll be more erratic. So the pressure, when you relax the pressure, they become calmer. Okay, but there's still that energy conservation thing, and this is where you add dampening. We can damp the force, to really help them come to a stop. Okay, so if I now simulate again the 2 point thingy, we go back to the way it was. Particles are now, having a harder time going around the sphere. They're just falling to the ground and just, slowly moving on and eventually coming to a standstill. Okay, which is more appealing in my opinion. Okay, so with those two settings, the pressure relaxation and velocity dampening, you can control really the look and feel of your fluid simulations. It's very important. Okay, oh, and yeah, this is very important, very important. Pressure relaxation and velocity damping, those two are very much linked, and they just help you, control the look and feel of your simulation. I hope you liked watching this. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye for now.